Hello, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the VR Link. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. This is episode 47, I believe, if I've kept count, of your weekly Sunday service, a VR podcast show. It gives you and us a chance to discuss the latest news, games, and goings on in virtual reality. Allow me to introduce my co-hosts, Salsa from Salsa Ketchup VR.
Hello, everybody.
Nat from 7 Degrees of Gaming.
Hi, guys.
And Get to the Chopper, Dane from Get to the Chopper VR.
What is happening, guys?
Finally, for all those on the move, you can also listen again to the VR Link as a podcast on Anchor and Spotify. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the amazing patrons and channel members. Thank you very much. Your names are always listed below every week. We've got links in the video and in the chat. And please consider joining our community Discord. It is pretty cool in there. As I said the other week, we're getting like over 600 plus now members, which is pretty crazy. And everyone, like, it's so busy in there and everyone's helping each other. It's really good. It's really positive. Yeah, so I hope you've all had a good Saturday and Sunday. Because some of you, obviously, your Sundays are still going on. Please let us know what you've been playing this week as we go through what we've been doing this week. And yeah, we're going to go over this week's releases as well. So yeah, let's start with Get to the Chopper VR.
Yeah, so I've been playing a bit more of Walking Dead. Absolutely loving that.
Nice.
Discovered the mystical weapon that is the frying pan. And that was a that was a good laugh.
It was, man. I saw that video. That was good.
And I checked out Hand Physics Lab on SideQuest. That's actually the best hand tracking I've seen so far. It's still not perfect, but it's the best one I've seen. So if you've got SideQuest, definitely check it out.
Yeah.
What else we got? I did a video on Audio Trip. It's not give Beat Saber or any of the others their money. I don't think it's for a very specific crowd of people that just want to more dance. It's more dance than rhythm game, if that makes sense. It's just trying to get you dancing. So if you like that, you're gonna like that. But if you're after a rhythm game like Beat Saber, Pistol Whip, all that sort of stuff, it's not going to be for you, I don't think. Tetris Effect on Quest. It's amazing. Absolutely love it. It's like the only game I've bought on multiple platforms. That kind of shows how much I love it. Jumped into VR chat for the very first time. I'd give it a go.
Did you?
Mad world.
You never told me that.
Well, I just was randomly. I was like, what can I jump into? I was like, let's just try VR chat, and I couldn't find anyone. Like, I went into all these different hubs and rooms and stuff, and I was like, there's no one here. I don't get what's going on.
I found a real crazy feeling in there. Like there's something.
I couldn't find anyone to get that feeling. Do you know what I mean?
Oh right, okay, I know. I mean, I
literally found no one.
I was hanging around with random people, like talking milk cartons and all sorts. You know what I mean? Just like I thought it was amazing. I really did.
That's what I was looking for. You know, spend a few random moments, just reading random people, do some random stuff, and I couldn't find a ghost town. It was ridiculous.
Right. Okay.
And then the only other was Space Team VR, which sure we're gonna possibly mention in a little bit.
Yeah. Let's talk about Space Team VR. That'd be awesome. So, what have you been up to then this week, South Ketchup? I saw you played some of your posh Automobilista the other day.
Automobilista 2. It's not that posh. I mean, it's in early access, still like about 25, 30 quid. I think it's 30 quid now. They've pushed the price up a bit. And the season pass DLC is nearly 100 quid. I think it's 80, 90 quid now.
Right.
So my buying for 100 means I'm quids in. Yay! How's that working out for you? But the game is working out pretty damn good for me.
Right.
Yeah, the game's working out really good for me. They did a lot of concentration on force feedback and the braking and the AI, and it's starting to feel really polished there, like one of the best driving sims in terms of force feedback and control.
When you say that, what steering wheel have you got? What setup have you got?
I've only got a Logitech G29.
Don't say it like that, because that's all I've got.
Oh, I know, but it's a good entry point for a lot of people.
Is it just an entry point?
It's not an entry point. It's probably the best entry point, I think, because it's not too expensive, but it's not too cheap either.
Gotcha.
It's that good balance between features and price
I'm loving.
that I think makes it a really good point.
I'm loving Dane's lighting. He looks like he's like at an art exhibition. Like
Dane is he is a
If I
work
could
of
make
art
one
in
side of my
himself.
face smile and the other one look evil. I'd
oh
do it right
yeah,
now.
that'd be
Two-Face right now, isn't it?
Two-Face, man.
Wow, yeah, Two-Face.
That'd be
We've got to
fantastic.
look like Salsa in his stroke goal face.
Peter Hawkins said, "Stop saying entry
Only
point."
if you donate.
Yeah, so next up, and we discussed it a minute ago, I've changed my mind though. We've got Nat from Degrees of Gaming. He has got a bit of a message for you all. Let's just go into it, man. Let's just go into
Sure?
it. Yeah.
You want to do it now?
Let's do it now.
Okay. Well, sorry to say, this is going to be my last episode on the VR Link, at least for the foreseeable future. I've never made any sort of like or hidden my mental health issues, which are being exasperated with the lockdown. But to be honest, worse than that, and one of the reasons why I haven't been playing a lot of VR, and one of the reasons why I feel it's better to step away, is I can't actually play any VR because I've got major sight issues at the moment. I can't focus properly.
Yeah.
This is something that's actually been there for a while. Started towards my very last bits of playthrough of Half-Life Alyx. It's something I noticed, and I did have a doctor's appointment booked to try and figure out what's going on. But obviously, thanks to the global pandemic, that's cancelled, and I've got no idea when that's going to be sorted. And it just seems unfair because I can't play VR. I can't really discuss it. So it seems unfair of the three guys here. So I think it's better, until I can hopefully get sorted, just to step away. So
Yeah, man.
gonna miss you. Gonna miss all the guys in the chat.
And we're gonna miss you too,
been a
man.
wonderful
And
thing.
and whatever time you have off, you can always come back for episodes and stuff. It's not the end. And I know it's not the end for your channel and all that stuff, because I saw Nat also does like a weekly chat on a Saturday. And I saw that the other day. You're going in some new directions in that as well, because obviously you've got opinions on the gaming industry as a whole. You still like your traditional games, still like your films, still like your music. So that's all there, man. So that's cool. That's good. So, you know what I mean? And we're always here to chat. And the whole community is there to chat with, So it's all good. It's all good. No worries. Right, guys. Let me just quickly go through what I played this week. We have Phantom Covert Ops, a special look into on the Oculus Rift S. Tetris Effect on the Oculus Quest that I'm really looking forward to talking about, because I know, Nat, you played that on the PlayStation as well.
What's that?
Tetris. Did you play that on the PlayStation?
Yeah, I've got that on PlayStation.
Excellent. Got a fantastically early look at Gorn. Apparently, I'm one of the limited people to play on PlayStation. So, for what I've been told, I'm quite special. So, yeah, I actually thought that was really good. Only the movement system was a bit crap, but we can talk about that. I done a Let's Play of Pixel Rip 1995, and then I experimented with some Hand Physics Lab, which was side-loaded on the Oculus Quest from SideQuest. So let's quickly go through. You got some lovely messages, Nat, in the chat.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Cool, man, cool. Who we got? Hello, Anne. Who we got in the chat in general? We got Alex VR, Samir, Monkified. Nice, thank you for joining us, guys. Liam Wood, Daz Washbrook, the self-made pianist. That's wicked.
That's a great name.
Yeah, Jimif Jamif, Monkified. Midlife, Scott Merrill. If we do have time, I really hope we have time, we're going to touch on Supernatural's annual subscription, and I've picked some of his comments. He's basically been reviewing it for the community. So, obviously some people some people obviously think, oh, you're a content creator, you've got a hidden agenda or blah 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? You're paid to say something. He's just someone who is an enthusiast of VR, and he's got his opinions, and I said to him I'd like to share some of them. That's not to say I agree with them. I've read some of them, but I will read them, and I'm really pleased. He's done fantastic work. Honestly, it's so I can't read it all. It's so descriptive, but I'm sure he can send it to any one of you in our Discord. Who else we got? Peter Hawkins, Barry Pithers, the milkman. How you doing? He always delivers. Sunny in VR. Captain Chrissy. All right, guys. Alex DeForest, Boy Brown, David 1000, Watto. Please don't be mad if I miss your name. Hello, Dark. TGK. DX Falcon. Nice. Rick Webb. Dash Washbrook. Excellent, guys. So, what have they been playing this week? Has anyone been keeping tabs on what they've been playing? I saw some GTA come up, but I don't know if that is in VR or not.
That's the Inglorious VR version, which, for anybody who's wondering, apparently the Epic Store version.
It's free at the moment.
Yeah.
GTA 5 is free on Epic Games Store till May 21st.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's huge.
I'm not sure if you can or you can't put the Inglorious mod into it or not.
Well, it's a standard version, so I would have thought so.
On F Reality yesterday, when I was listening to it, it's a brilliant podcast, by the way, Virtuality podcast. They said there's something to do with the script hook at the moment that the mod won't work. But they also said it's probably a matter of time till someone gets around that.
I thought there was a case of it not working at the moment, at the very least.
Right. Yeah.
So that doesn't apparently, but hey, in future could do. It's free, so you may as well give it a chance. If you ain't got it, pick it up.
Yep. What else we got?
We have Final Assault VR, Beach Bar VR.
Final Assault.
Don't know that one.
I know that one. What one's it? Final Assault.
That's the RTS.
It's finally turned up on the European store.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that game.
That was Midlife Gamers who was playing that.
Nice.
What else we got?
I think we're good, aren't we? Someone's put the Discord in the chat as well.
Someone said Walking Dead as well.
Oh, mate, I bet loads of people.
I think everyone's playing that.
I think a lot of people have been playing Walking Dead for quite some time, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of those games.
Yeah, let me just go into some bits and bobs here. So let's jump in with Tetris Effect quickly as a discussion.
I think all of us have played Tetris Effect.
I'd hope so. The one thing I want to quickly jump into is the price of the game. How do people feel about that? Because I know that's one of the big, one of the things that are going against this. Because I think it's $30, isn't it, or £30?
Yeah, and £22.99.
Okay, so all I can say is, from my point of view, I think it's absolutely amazing. I think it's Tetris reimagined for the future almost, and my wife would buy it. So she would.
That's it. That should go on that goes on the DVD sleeve, did it really? My wife would buy it.
She would. She loves it. She absolutely loves it. There's not. Sorry. Oh, truth is, there's not many VR games she'd actually ask me to play. Do you know what I mean? Or say to me, "Are you using the Quest? Can I play it?" But Tetris Effect is now on the Quest, as I've said before, and I know I'm not hating on PSVR, but there's a setup process. You've got to be in a certain room to use it, or you've got to move everything. With the Quest, you can come in, grab it, go somewhere, wherever it is, and play Tetris. And she loves that game. So, So all of us have checked it out then.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's obviously got, as anybody who's played it knows, it's a little bit more than Tetris by itself. It's actually got a whole music and visual style to it, which is all of its own, that really compounds the entire thing and encases you within that sort of like music and visual feast.
Yeah.
While you're playing Tetris, and it's all to get you into that sort of that almost sort of meditative state.
I'd agree with that.
Of the Tetris Effect. It's very much of its creator, which is one of the other things you'd find with Tetris Effect, is it's a Miyaguchi kind of creation, where he did Res Infinite.
Yeah.
Similar ilk. What's the other one that's on Vita that everybody else?
Lumines or Lumines, whatever you want to call it.
Lumines, which that one I haven't played, but they both have. I didn't have a Vita.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't had Vita.
It's such a bloody amazing handheld. Well ahead of its time. I felt.
So everybody always says.
It was supportive.
One thing I can say as well, Tetris Effect, along with Res Infinite, is one of 2 games that I absolutely recommend if you have any haptic feedback device, such as a sub pack or anything like that. It just takes it to a different level because you feel the bass pumping against you. And
out of all the games, I think when someone told me it does sub pack, this is the one game actually I'd love to feel that with. Like, I love all the idea of other things, but Tetris for me, especially because you got like, you can bring the camera in and out and stuff. Further away for me actually feels like I'm getting more of the effects kind of thing. Oh, you find that as well?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Because if you zoom in too close, it does feel more like a VR game if you zoom in close, because of you almost got a little bit of depth to that kind of plane of the game.
Yeah.
But you lose a lot of that peripheral vision of the effects, like you're saying. So when you zoom out, you get it all, and then but because the way it works is so crazy. Because the other complaint about it is, it's Tetris. It's 2D Tetris with some fancy lights. And if you look at a flat screen video of it, that's exactly what it looks like. But when you're in it, it's so hard to describe to people. But it's like you said, it's just all encompassing. You're focused so much on the game, especially when it gets at the high stages. You become more in the zone. It's like beautifully crafted, because it goes faster and faster, and obviously gets harder as you go along. And you're focusing more and more. But the visuals and stuff get more and more, I suppose, dramatic in a way as they go on, and the sounds and the fact that the music changes and reacts to when you're spinning the tetronomes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's amazing. And some people said it made it feel like there was a DJ, because you can and the lower levels, you got plenty of time to spin around as much as you want to remix a song in a way.
Yeah,
it's
that's
amazing.
right. Yeah, you basically
Q South Memphis with the $3.
Oh,
there we go.
Nice.
Goal!
Thank you very much for that donation. So, Nat, go on. Sorry, Seth.
What's going on there? Someone else said, in case you're wondering, this is like a sub pack.
Ah, yes, in case you're wondering.
So,
I would have thought yours would be cased in gold, but
No, that's there's what you call it. Mike's got a special one that's done for Beat Saber.
Yes, that's right. I've seen those. Yeah, they were like a limited
cool.
edition run, weren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They're amazing. They're amazing.
And Scott Merrill.
Oh wow, he's put
Tetris plus haptic vest equals amazing. Agreed.
Oh, is it any more amazing than this though?
Goal!
I'm not so sure. I think that is the pinnacle of amazement.
Scott, I need your feedback. I want you to listen to this back with a haptic vest on and tell me what's more amazing, Tetris Effect or salsa with haptic feedback. That's what I need to know.
Imagine that original, that thump when it says.
Did you play it again?
That must be amazing. I did play it. Salsa lives in the in the past. I'm in the future. Salsa in the past. So Nat, let's talk about Tetris. So I know you've played it.
Yeah, like I say, it's a really enjoyable game, a lot of fun. The price was always going to be interesting to me on the Oculus Quest, because I think I said it last week that on the PC version, which is available through the Epic Games Store only at the moment, as well as the PlayStation version, it's both a standard game as well as a VR game.
Yeah. And
obviously the Oculus Quest version was the first one that came out, and it was just VR. I think they priced it accordingly, because I think it was like £35. Because I remember when it came out, I was just like, no, it's too much for me at that price on the PlayStation VR version. I think I picked it up for like £17 eventually as a physical version from Amazon.
Did you check out the demo?
I checked out the demo. I was impressed by the demo. I just wasn't impressed. £35 impressed.
And this is what I think to myself. I'm possibly imagining a lot of people on the Quest, or some people on the Quest at least, are new to VR. So they're going to see that game, they're going to see that price, and it is above standard. It is above standard. Like I'd say Quest games are 15 to 25 at the most.
I think it is a Miyaguchi thing. All of his games have always been, and the same with a lot of Japanese pricing. A lot of Japanese games tend to be a little bit higher priced.
But that's why I think it's important that they do try and do a demo. I know you've got the 2-hour refund policy, but maybe not everyone feels comfortable laying down that money and hoping it works because they might not have tried it before.
No, I think actually the 2-hour refund policy that Oculus have got, I think that's more than sufficient for people because you'll know if you like the game within an hour or so.
But I think
if you play it within an hour, going back to the point that Dane's making, the lower levels are really easy. It's as you start moving through the levels, it becomes absolutely manic. But the one thing I did like about Tetris Effect and Luminous is definitely sort of like a point. I mean, the first thing when I remember playing Tetris Effect was, they've just really enhanced Luminous because Luminous was kind of like Tetris as well. The thing, really there is, it kind of goes in waves. So you'll get this absolutely insane section that will drive you nuts, and a lot of times you won't actually get through it. But if you do get it through it, it'll actually slow it down a second just so you can get your breath back. So you kind of got these waves hitting against the shore that, yes, you'll get bits where you're just like fighting against the wave and going, oh my God, I'm never going to get through it. But if you do actually manage to get through it, then like I say, you'll have like the gentle wave, and it's like, oh, thank God for that, I can just get back into a nice little rhythm. So it's a fantastic game. I think it's actually a fair price. If the PlayStation VR version had come out about 25, I'd have definitely bought it day one. It was a case of it's 35, and for me that was just a bit too much. And like I say, as soon as I was able to get it reduced price, I got fortunate with Amazon. It's like, I'm definitely going to pick this up. But if you've got an Oculus Quest, you do have the 2-hour refund policy. I think you will definitely, be able to, if you're not too sure, within say an hour, refund it. Don't try and get it as close to the 2 hours. The 2-hour refund policy is just kind of there. Don't try and get it to 2 hours. If you've played it for like an hour and a half, and you're not getting on with it, I would say, okay, stop playing it, get your refund from Oculus. And I think that's one of the reasons why Oculus doesn't need a demo. I don't think it's as important. It's really cool to have demos. Whereas with PlayStation VR, it is vital to have demos because you do not have any sort of refund policy. There's most of us have brought games on PlayStation VR, and we're like, oh my God, why did I buy this game? I wish I hadn't brought this game. And there's loads of them like that. But how many games? I think I've refunded one. I refunded one game since I brought an Oculus, and that was Sorrento. I didn't get on with Sorrento on the Oculus Quest. And it was like, and again, that was another one. It was like I played it for an hour, and it was like, okay, I know I'm not getting on with this game. And I had a lot of people, give me a lot of crap for it. So, you don't know what you're doing and stuff like this. And the funny thing is, some of the people that were more vehement with, you don't know what you're talking about, hadn't actually played the game on the Oculus Quest. And they played it on the Oculus Quest, and they were like, actually, I didn't like it either. And it's like, look, I'm not knocking the game, and I'm sure it is good, and for other people it'll be fine. But that's one of the great things about having the refund policy, whether it's the Oculus Store, the Steam Store, the Epic Games Store, they've all got that 2-hour refund policy. So, I say it definitely allows you to experiment. Okay, I'm hearing about this game. Let's give it a try. And if you don't like it, get your refund. If you're in the PlayStation VR, it's a lot harder on the PlayStation VR side to sort of like try and,
I've never tried it.
Well, we're talking about how good Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is. There will be people out there, and I know people on the PC side where they're just like, I don't like this game, I don't understand it.
Boy Brown
don't get
was
it.
one of them, I think. He refunded it.
Yeah, they just don't get the game. They don't understand it. It's not their type of game. But on the PlayStation VR version, you're stuck with it. There's nothing you can't sort of say, I've made a mistake here. And there's never going to be the one game that is perfect for everyone. It's an impossibility.
Was it Boy Brown? Boy Brown, I'm sure he was the one who said he Oh, you got The Walking Dead. I'm
It was
sorry,
Pixel
mate.
Rip that he mentioned. We was thinking of lynching him for saying he refunded the Pixel Rip.
Oh, okay, no worries. Yeah, do you know what? The one game that I wanted to give back on PlayStation VR was Arizona Sunshine when it came out. That game was not good when it was released.
Oh, it was a
Not ready.
disaster when it launched.
It was terrible. And Brian Paul from Without Parole, he still,
I was going to come back as well since we're still on Tetris Effect here.
All right, sorry.
And that's Battle Blocks, which is on PvP, Tetris-inspired game coming to Oculus Quest.
Via side quest.
Possibly via side quest, I think, at the moment, which is basically a three-dimensional version that looks like you're sort of like stacking Tetris, the Tetris shapes into a palette. So instead of a flat space, it is a however many rows by however many rows palette.
Yeah. Like Wet Tricks. Is it or Vex Tricks? There's a game on Oculus like that.
Tricks. Yeah. There's been some in the past like that.
That's really good.
And this one's apparently going to be using the hand tracking again as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. That does look like it'd be a good laugh, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought I'd best mention that since we're on the Tetris thing as well.
Okay. GT, you saying Arizona Sunshine, Brian Paul?
Oh, yeah. Basically, he said, I think up to 6 months after, he was still getting like death threats over his review of Arizona Sunshine. You know what I mean? Something like that. And I was like, sure, mate, I was so annoyed.
I mean, I remember that because it was crazy because you had people saying, I haven't got any issues with it at all. I know with him, it's the most amazing game ever. And it was just like, mate, you're about 1 out of 100 that I know that haven't had issues. Because I remember when I did my Let's Play and I was having major issues. I think all of us did that first time.
It looked ugly.
And the comment section that I had was, I was getting worse issues. I had similar issues to that. And then there was like this one comment, don't know what you're doing, don't know how to play a game. You don't know what you're talking about, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you get them. I mean, I've joked around with you guys in the past where I did my Warzone thing on PlayStation VR, and literally I've still got people. I mean, I had a message like a week ago come through, so just wouldn't accept. This is a terrible, one of the worst games ever in VR, especially on PlayStation VR. And it's just like, mate, if you're having fun with this game, God knows how you are. But kudos to you.
But Arizona, to be fair, picked itself up.
Oh, they didn't just leave it. They worked and worked.
They did work really hard. They listened to the community.
And while it still has some issues, it's still one of the best co-op games that you can have.
Yeah.
Especially because as you're walking around and your friends and you just look at the way they're walking, it is so funny. Yeah, you can't
really
stop
is.
laughing because they're just walking. And you just let somebody walk in front of you, so like 10 yards, and you'll just start creasing up laughing.
Yeah, Mike Kelly was just saying he watched Brian Paul live stream Arizona Sunshine, but we actually did live stream it a long time ago, me and him doing the co-op, and it was one of the greatest co-op experiences I've ever had, to be honest. We had such a good time. They then included two-handed weapons. They included aim support and targets, because I think the first thing was there was no actual targets or reticules inside the glass frames. You kind of looking at something and there was no target. I'm sure of it when it first came out. And
with really blurry.
No, they had to put a reticule in because they figured out. I think aim support was actually there from day one, if memory serves.
Nah.
But the problem, because I remember that when you had aim support, you brought the gun up, and that's where it encountered the issue because they hadn't taken into account the lighting. So the light of the headset and the light of the controller, that was where you was getting this cross effect. But aim control support was there from day one. No, it definitely was.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember that was the major issue.
Okay.
There you go.
Moving on from there, we've got something else that's showing up in the middle here.
Yes, mate. Yeah. So let's quickly talk about Unreal Engine 5. I don't know how many times. How many times have you guys watched this? Now I bet you've watched this loads.
I've watched it a couple of times. It's very impressive with the tech that they've put in there. To be honest, the problem with any of this sort of tech demo stuff, until you actually see a game running on it, a proper game, because this is just a tech demo, you don't know. It's like
But it's not pre-rendered.
the one thing
it's not like a
the one thing I brought up yesterday on my show, because I mentioned this as well. I was a lot more impressed with the Ghost of Tsushima reveal.
Yeah.
Because it was like, that's what I'm going to be playing. And I was, all the little bits that they showed, I was like, wow, wow. So while this is amazing to look at and everything, it's like, I'm not going to be playing that you're showing me. Now, when you show me a game that is using Unreal Engine 5, then I'll be impressed. Then I'll be like, okay, I can't wait for that. Because at the moment, it's just a case now, I'm just waiting for the PS5. I just want the PS5. It's still a case at the moment, though, and it's the same with Xbox. They haven't given us a reason to buy it. They haven't shown us the reason to buy it.
Yeah, we're not going to see a reason or anything built in Unreal Engine 5 until 2021.
No, you'll get a game out by the end of the year.
Well, no, it's not released. It's not released as an engine. They've said that.
Yeah, but they've also said that certain developers do have the engine already.
Yeah, but they have said that nobody's getting
because
a game
Fortnite.
out.
Yeah, but Fortnite's going to be launching on PS5 in Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, but it's not that far from 2021, to be fair. But they have said
because
it's not
console
happening.
ain't coming out till almost 2021, man.
Exactly. So yeah, it's not that far off, but not straight away. Not straight away. But
That was
anyhow,
the weirdest interchange of words I've ever heard.
it is odd. One of the other things that is amusing, of course, is the first bit of this. Somebody's built the first bit in Dreams.
Right.
What?
So they remade a version to look as close as they could to that demo in Dreams. And
How
it
close
looks
does it look?
shockingly good. I mean, like, hang on, what? Did
Well, the
they
thing
actually make
is,
that
I can't
that
believe
in
it.
Dreams or what? I was like, hang on.
I thought I would have bumped into that
on
on YouTube somehow. That sounds amazing.
well, the thing is,
Yeah,
as well, like,
it
if you
is
think about
very good to see.
graphics, we've got, if you think about this current gen's like high-rated graphic games, like Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War. There's probably a bunch I'm completely forgetting right now, but they look amazing. And every time you get to these amazing games, the peak of like the console era, it's always like that can't be beaten. But I think that margin is becoming smaller. Like this tech demo looks amazing, but it didn't look like a huge jump.
The big
from the best
difference
graphics I've seen on
between
PS4.
this tech demo is what they describe in it is the technology behind it, the nano technology, what is it? They've got two different bits in here as technology, basically.
Yeah, it was Lumin and Nanite, I think it was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the nanite part is like blow your mind stuff if you go close to objects. Because
really
like
detail as
each
you
of
get closer,
those, it's crazy detailed. Each one of those statues is made of 60 million polygons.
It's not a lot.
No. I'd expect double that these days. So they were speaking to Upload, and a Epic spokeswoman confirmed that Unreal Engine 5 will continue to support all current VR headsets, including PSVR, Oculus Quest, and PCVR devices. They also said they don't have any other details right now, though Upload will be keen to see if these kinds of advances are still possible on new hardware when adding on demands of a VR headset. So I mean, at the end of the day, how many things use Unreal Engine? Loads. Do you know what I mean?
Loads.
Like
loads and loads. And loads more will, because they've also done a payment scheme thing, wasn't it? So
yeah, you don't pay for the use of the engine until you make a certain amount of money.
1 million.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
it's 1 million.
Oh yeah, I saw a tweet about that. Yeah, I saw the
so
tweet.
if you have a
That was awesome.
an independent studio, they pay nothing for the use of this engine until they've made $1 million.
That is so good.
That's crazy.
That's like a
That is
developer
a big
student
help
loan.
to a developer that's starting out.
Well,
That is
Unity's obviously
crazy.
been the big thing that a lot of independent guys use because, again, it's free, I believe. You just need to sort of say you've been using Unity. That's why a lot of independent developers use it because it's very easy to use. Um,
It's the asset library that
yeah,
Unity
the
comes
thing that
with
it's all
that
going to
they
come down
charge
to
and
is
stuff.
how quickly you can make games using these engines. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it's going to affect Sony because I can't remember a lot of the Sony studios actually using Unreal. They've got like their own proprietary engines. I know Naughty Dog's got its own proprietary engine. Gorilla,
That'd be one hell
who
of an
obviously
engine.
I can't remember what Gorilla's engine is because they gave it to Kojima for Death Stranding. So Sony seem to have their own engines that they run on, but maybe they
Obviously-
will do because obviously this was shown on running on a PS5 tech.
Yeah.
So maybe Epic have made a deal that okay, listen, the Guerrilla Games can have their engine, Naughty Dog can have theirs, but some of your other studios, especially because they're going to get new studios coming out, because they need to respond to Microsoft. Microsoft have literally been on a studio buying spree,
Mhm.
so you can see that that definitely happening. That they make. That's the one thing I think Sony are very good at. They're very good at making studios.
This is one of the other things why putting up what Clueless Dad Gamer said here. This tech demo has 8K textures that it uses, all with a zero pop-in on that. The entire thing behind this is to remove all the pop-in, and that's why they went with the PS5, and that's due to a lot of the uniqueness of their SSD technology and stuff like that. But you are quite right, Unreal Engine has had a past thing of texture pop-in and stuff like that, but that's got 8K textures throughout that demo, all running like nobody's business.
Thing is, though, mate, like I mean, it does look very detailed, but is it as detailed as this? Thank you ever so much to Midlife for that $2.99. He says he's got to go. Have a good one. Sorry to see you go, Nat.
Thank you.
That is lovely. Talking about Sony, O-Shape is coming to PSVR. Apparently so. I don't know if you guys have experienced the wonders of O-Shape. Mrs. GT has. Personally, I haven't dived in yet. So, the PSVR port of the game is apparently coming nicely. No word yet on a launch date, but Upload said they'll be sure to keep you updated. They've seen lots of great PSVR ports recently, which is true. Absolutely. PSVR is weird. About a month ago, it was like, it seems dead.
It is,
and there's
it's
about
like, what's
4
going on?
good games coming or something, and suddenly it's like loads of great ones are now coming. And I think some people just can't get enough of this stuff. They can't get enough of the music, of the fitness genre. So have you guys played this?
I was offered it, but I had to turn it down. Not the PSVR version, because I don't have enough room for it. When I move into a new place, then I shall hopefully have enough room to actually play on Shape, and I will then play it then. But it's one of the games that I just don't have the space to be able to play without bashing through a wall.
Gotcha. What about you, Dan?
That's the kind of aim of the game, though, to bash through walls, man.
It is, yeah.
It'll be realistic. I played it on the Quest. I did enjoy it, actually. It is good fun. It's very different to all the other ones. But again, it's one of those things. There's been so many of them, like you said, music, rhythm games, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I get a bit like, I get personally, even though I know I could probably try this out. I have actually got it on Steam. I just get to a point where I'm like, I've got a couple I like. I'm quite happy with that. Another thing, I don't know if Miss GC's mentioned it. She wears her Apple Watch, and the reason she played it is because she was looking for something to burn some calories. And so she played this, enjoyed it, but then she played Box VR, and she was like, for time for calorie burning, Box VR smashed this out of the park. So
Yeah.
you know.
Definitely. Well, because that one's like with Box VR, you've actually, the harder you hit, will basically throw your arm that you point. So if you're going for points as well in Box VR, you're going to do a pretty intense workout.
Yeah.
O-shape gets hard by how faster it gets, if that makes sense. But you're still, it's not a massive range of movements, I wouldn't say. It's just making arms in different shapes mainly. There's not really much else in terms of your body. It's just your arms and your head. So it's kind of limited in the.
She said there's some squats involved. Did you find
O-shape.
that?
Apparently, a lot of
Yeah.
squats because you have like straight up wall sections as well. Where you
Yeah.
Oh,
have
yeah.
to-
I didn't notice. I remember you have to duck under, but I wouldn't say it was a lot of squats from what I did.
I think
And I
at the
did
end of
play
the
some of them
day,
on the hardest difficulty, but
watching this girl, she doesn't necessarily squat either. It looks like she sort of limbos back, if you know what I mean. Instead of, oh no, she did squat there. Fair play. She did actually do a squat. That looks pretty. It does look a good mover actually.
Yeah, and we got the other
I mean-
one as well in terms of workouts that we're probably going to talk about. I don't know.
We can
or-
talk about it now if you want. We can quickly.
Well, I
go
think
to it.
if we're doing the whole exercise bit, then it kind of works with it,
Yeah.
which is VR Workout, which is a free hand tracking VR fitness app on Oculus Quest. Now, that one, be warned, you will need a load of space for, and also
bet.
be warned that it's really intense, and possibly because of the amount of room that it could take up, could be a little bit on the danger side.
Right. I watched Jamie play it on Upload.
Yeah.
Have you played
Yeah.
it then?
No, I haven't played it. I don't have the room for that. If I don't have the room for on-shape, I definitely don't have the room for
I
that.
mean, in
And
this
that
one,
would kill me.
he was like doing sit-ups and
Oh,
all
yeah.
sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Doing set-up crunch things and
Yeah.
jumping jacks and all sorts.
The only thing is, right, I mean, so I watched some of the video, but it was muted because I was busy doing something. Is it to music? Does it supply its own music? Is it one of the, like, to me, the
It
one
does have music and stuff, but the other unique thing is that you actually set a workout time. So it does like a workout circuits type
yeah,
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So you can do a workout circuit.
Yeah.
It's meant as not a rhythm game. It is meant as a dedicated workout. So you go, I want to do 5 minutes. I want to do 15 minutes. I want to do a circuit thing of this. So, or I want to do like, more of a peak training method or whatever, interval.
Yeah, like hit
train
training.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what it's doing.
And apparently
Yeah.
it's tracking your movements to tell you if you're doing them or not. So if
Oh,
you
like the Kinect.
Yeah.
lie on your
It's
back, it's
again
like, come on,
not
get moving.
a
kind of thing.
controllerless. It's a hands-free one.
Yeah.
So it's exactly like if you were doing, some forms of circuit training and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So doing press ups holding the remotes would be a bit iffy.
Exactly. So it will know that you're doing whether your press up is apparently right by the floor and your hands being in view.
Nice. I'm going to quickly touch on, while we're here, Supernatural. And this
Yeah,
is-
that's a good idea.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're here now anyway. So this is from Oculus Game Cat, aka Scott Merrill, is in the chat. He was in the chat. I'm not sure if he's here now. This is some of the things I picked up on it. He's put. This is like he put like 3 reasons why he's happy about it. The devs are listening and delivering on suggestions to the community, and they've done like Zoom calls to members. He said he requested 70s and 80s workout for older folks. Others agreed and started suggesting it as well, and they got those workouts within a week. And have since had a second one. People also asked for low and medium intensity workouts, which they have also started releasing alongside normal dynamic intensity workouts. Number 2, good point. Going hand in hand, or 2 point, I'm assuming it's good. Going hand in hand with the developers listening, they reached out for me and a few others. Oh, there you go, sorry. Asking for a Zoom call to discuss his likes and dislikes. And what I would like to see from the app in the future. He said he thought it was pretty awesome. One of the things they discussed was a discounted annual subscription. So it's actually come from the community, by the sounds of it. They asked me what I thought would be a good price for it. I told them $120, $108 cheaper than monthly sub. They asked what would be the high end. I told them $160. That brings to his third point is the annual subscription. They released it a day after our phone call with a price of $149. Divided by 12, you're basically paying $12.41 cents. $12.41 per month. For the value of that, for the value that he feels he's been getting from the app so far, he thinks is a steal. The one issue he does have with the annual price is that it's for a limited time. You have to sign up for the annual subscription by May the 31st. And he feels like new subscribers will miss out afterwards because he thinks it's a really great offer. He feels like after the first 3 weeks, he has got a minimum of $30 value out of the app. With an annual sub, that would only have to happen 5 months out of the year for me to get my money's worth. So yes, he is subbing and he's excited to be part of the ride. So yeah,
Fair enough.
He's a fan. Do you know what I mean? He's a real big fan of Supernatural.
Well, I think when if you've got the motivation with something like that, and it makes a difference to you to be able to stick at something and do that and carry through, that's when something gains a true value of worth. And it's very much an independent thing as to what someone can attach worth to, and are willing to pay for in these cases. And that's, I think that's one of the cases where it's if it's going to make a difference to you, it can be of great worth, and the subscription then becomes nothing. It becomes
that's right.
it's meaningless.
Like my gym membership. I don't particularly care about certain gyms I've been to in the past because I feel I'm getting my money's worth because I use it a lot and I enjoy it. So yeah, definitely. So moving on to Hotel R&R, the Smash 'Em Up is coming to Sony's headset May 28th. So yeah, not far from that one. At the same time, the game will be coming out of early access on PC VR headsets. If you don't know what it is, let's take a quick look at the trailer.
Welcome to Hotel R&R, where rest and recuperation is in our name. Our luxury hotels span the globe, providing our guests with the highest class of service and cleanliness found in the... Hey! What the heck is going on here? The award-winning team is... Oh, crumbs. This is not in the script. Our luxury suites have everything you need for business, relaxation, and entertainment. The wide range of amenities available doesn't stop there, covering everything from fine dining to... we do cater for small groups with a range of local attractions and nearby shopping facilities. The surrounding area has everything to keep you and your friends entertained for the duration of your stay. But you might want to stay away from the local nightlife. Our superior quality is only matched by... Oh, darn it! Oh, you can't get away with this. I'm coming over right now.
Everyone just got a free salsa.
What?
They just all got a free salsa clip.
Man.
Oh,
I
no.
see.
Yeah. So that was Hotel R&R. I think I had access to this on PC and I didn't play it because I wasn't that impressed by it at the time. To be fair, I didn't really see... Do you remember Rage Room?
Yep.
Yeah? So Rage Room was literally just going to a room, smash crap up badly. This looks the same kind of thing, but it looks like it does it a lot better. But it's
Same thing, but with quality.
But it's just, for me to put my time into it, I'm just like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I'll check it out on the PSVR if I get a code or something, but I probably won't go and buy it with my own money, to be honest, this one. Because I'm very on the fence about these types of games. You've got to put a lot of effort to get something out of it. And I think that's where I sometimes go, do you know what? I'm not sure,
So if something was done well enough, I always remember like years ago, had one particular. I was working at the factory, and basically, they have some bits that they don't want to be fixed, and to make sure that somebody doesn't come along into their skips and just steal everything, they want them broken beyond repair. And one of the most amazing days of my life was actually getting to break thousands of pounds worth of stuff.
What was it? Electronic
Literally,
equipment or something?
Huh?
Was it electronic equipment or something?
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
And it was literally, you spent half the day literally doing just that, but in real life, smashing things to complete and utter destruction.
See, I think that'd be great because I know there's something in America where you can basically hire a car lot or a scrap yard, and you can just get a hammer and smash it up, and I'm sure you can shoot it, blow it up, all that stuff.
Yeah,
people get married
the most
there.
extreme you can do with that, I think you can shoot it with a tank or a helicopter as well. The one with the helicopter with the chain gun.
So I can I can see why this has appeared. I can see why it's in VR and why it's there. Dark said he got bored halfway through the trailer. Shat said, think I'll get bored of that one. Yep. It's not Rage Room. Yeah. It does look a lot better than Rage Room. Rage Room is so dead to me. Like, it died. Yeah. And it was like the first ever review I did on the channel because I was saying
it's one of the things that you do games when you come into a room, first of all, in VR is, what can I throw and what can I break?
That's one of the good things about this, actually, if that's the case, because that's one of the things that are still missing in some things is the level of interaction.
However,
great for people that are new.
Yeah,
but however,
this is years too late again, in my opinion. This would have been really fun a couple of years ago because, look at all this level of interactivity. We've had that in so many other games now, and we've had it done probably better than this. And there's nothing that makes me think I really want to jump in there and throw stuff around. Like, if I would have played that as my first VR game 3 years ago, then but not now.
I agree.
Yeah.
It does look like it would have been a good launch title for PlayStation VR, but I said while the trailer was playing, we got a lot of those types of games, and we've gone beyond that now. They can still be fun, but we're at Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. We're at Half-Life Alyx. We're at those sort of levels now.
Absolutely, and well said, because Saints and Sinners being one of them. A lot of people were asking about when I was playing it. I'm sure probably Dane got the same question and stuff. What's the physics like? What's the level of interaction like? And it's the same. It's the same as the PC VR. From what I've got.
It's amazing. So good.
Yeah. What was I going to look at? Something that for some reason hasn't turned up. 1 second. Let me have a look for this. Where are you? No, I didn't download it. Good old me. Let me go on to Cookout. Let's check out the trailer.
Cookout.
Of
chuck it in, man.
This upcoming game.
Something up with me.
Excellent. So there you go. That is Cookout. Where are we? So the game will let you play with up to 4 people. It is designed as a cooperative experience, but it can be played solo. But Resolution Games said that you'll be paired with a simulated partner if you choose to go it alone. So you'll never be alone. Basically, you'll either have AI or not only will you be preparing meals, you'll need to fight off a number of nasty customers who seem absolutely set on making tables, like jesters who will hide parts of your orders, or thieves who will keep pilfering your ingredients. Game producer Gustav Stenmark, we designed Cookout to be played with a team, and believe me, you're going to need all the help you can get in the kitchen. So I think team games in virtual reality work amazingly well. I think this studio with Acron, and what was the other game you mentioned, Dane?
Angry Birds was their other one.
Great games already. I think of very good quality. Acron I particularly liked because you could play with viewers. All you do is get a room number. They're on their mobile phone. It was a free mobile phone game. We had great fun with it. So, yeah, are you guys looking forward to this one? Because I am in particular.
It looks like Overcooked, but in VR. Overcooked is absolute insanity. That is so hard. It really is so hard. I played that with my niece and my nephew, and that was a lot of fun. Overcooked. So
oh, is it? Hold on, what is it called?
it's not Overcooked. It's just
Don't think
literally
it's
looks
that
like
brand,
yeah.
no.
It's not the same company. It's just looks like they've seen Overcooked and sort of like we can put our own spin on this, like the bit where like you're stealing ingredients and stuff. Because with Overcooked, what it is literally you just have to make the meals, but you also got to clean. It doesn't look like there's any cleaning things there, so like you have to clean plates and cook the food and all this sort of stuff. It just looks like it's cook the food and get the orders done, but you also have to keep away with it. If you can get a team together, it depends what you want. If you're just like, I just want to have a lot of fun and a lot of laughter, and I really don't care if we screw up, I think this could be a lot of fun. If you're very competitive and you want to do it properly, then there's going to be a lot of cursing and swearing between people, as there is in a lot of games. So again, it depends what you want, but it definitely looks like this could be a lot of fun.
Wasn't there a game on PSVR called VR Diner Duo that was a co-op?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Kitchen game. Was that because I've not played that either, but I didn't know how much this compares to that. Is it very similar? Like I don't know from either of them. So I assume both of them GT. Well, not played, but played that one and seen this obviously. So would you say it looks similar? Remind you of it, or pretty different?
No, this kind of looks like to me a kind of a bridge crew version of the kitchen. That's right. Kind of what it looks like to me. That's why I'm really excited for it, because after playing Space Team today, which we're going to talk about,
yep,
I think VR needs games like this. As I said before, when I played Star Trek Bridge Crew, which is one of my favorite VR games, like that is the game I spent the most time in a headset, is Star Trek. There's not enough of games like that. I've always thought like a tank simulator would work fantastically. Do you know what I mean? A story-driven 4-player tank game in VR would be fantastic. Something like this just looks like, and I think Nat sort of it's going to be frantic. I think it's going to be fun, more importantly, and
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You guys looking forward to it?
I don't know on this. I mean, I think it's a thing. If you get the core gameplay right, these things can be brilliant fun. If, on the other hand, you mess up the core gameplay in some way or another, it can turn into such a mess that it's hard to recover from.
Yeah, it's a fine line between fun and frustration.
Yeah,
like Overcooked is fun. There's definitely there can be a bit of frustration in there, but on the whole, Overcooked is really fun because you're just laughing. You're just like, I haven't got a plate. I need a plate and stuff like that. So it's going to be very interesting to see, when it's released and stuff like that. I doubt if they do a demo or a beta or anything like that. Those sort of games I would like to see betas, just to sort of see. Make sure the network code is up to scratch, because unlike Acron, which is obviously done with mobile phones, people not in VR, this is all in VR. So everything is all going to come down to the network code. If the network code is solid, that's going to help it considerably. It is hard to say, but yeah, I agree with Salsa that it does come down to that core gameplay. Like the ingredients being stolen, is that just going to be sort of like, one of those things, the bloody things just run off with it, or is it going to be a really sort of like really frustrating thing that somebody runs off with a bit of an ingredient?
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
hoping.
in some
Where
cases, Overcooked.
where you don't have some form to be able to do an interrupt or see it or prevent it or do whatever. That's one of the things that could come up as a really interruption.
I'm really
to the
hoping
gameplay.
the game is frustrating because it's meant to be, not because of technical issues, like you were saying.
Yeah.
But let's quickly touch on space.
Well, no,
Team.
even not as a technical issue.
Oh,
Not as a technical issue, but the core gameplay and balance could be off, and
yeah.
that's something that I think that we played today with.
Was that? Yeah, but that was
yeah.
technical. I think that was more technical.
I don't think it's all technical though,
Okay.
because after
This
we
is
tried
Space
as a
Team,
four,
by the way.
Yeah,
We're
let's go
talking
into
about-
Space Team.
He's
Space
talking
Team.
about
Let's
Space
go into
Team
Space
on
Team.
Oculus Quest, by the way, which
Yeah,
is
It's in beta at the moment.
which
So-
is in beta, and you can get it
Quest-
from the Discord as well, can't you? I think they're happily letting people freely
yes.
join that Discord and check it out.
So we played as 4 people, or we tried to play as 4 people, and it was like I compare it to a chaos generator in ways because it was complete and utter chaos.
It was awful.
But after,
To be honest, I'm just being honest.
Me and Jimith also
It was
then
awful.
played. Yeah, me and Jimith played just a 2-player game afterwards, and went through to the 10th level, and it kind of worked a bit better. But there is just too much going on all at once to have made that fun as a cooperative game.
So I'm gonna.
When we tried it, we
Yeah.
also had some technical issues, like we had to do different things because we had some
Yeah.
sound issues,
Yeah, if
and
you
there
can't,
was
if you
it
can't
placing
speak
you in
over
the wrong issue.
if you can't speak over each other in a game where you've all got to tell someone something, it can't work. So this is in beta, yeah. So as I
Yep.
said, it was this is beta, yeah. I'm not judging the final product, right? But today we were like, let's do party chat in the Quest. We have as soon as we got over, I think 2 people. Party chat didn't like a lot of people talking. We then went, right, let's do game chat. Bearing in mind, we'd done like 4 different rooms trying to get something going because our tracking was all over the place. Like, when we got into game chat, it was 2 people out of 4 couldn't hear each other.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
is a game that supports 6 players. So, you know, and as I say, this is beta. I'm just telling you about the beta. And another thing, to be honest, if you play it on your own, it's no fun. There's no fun to be had on your own.
Correct. I'd agree with that.
So
I also think the other point, well, like you said, we're talking over each other in the game, is you have to be able to hear everybody. It didn't seem like there was a timing thing there. If there was something else going on with timing that made it more of a thing, then that could maybe have worked it out. If there's some other hidden bit in the background there where we had to work a workable rhythm.
Yeah, it was
into
too
the teamwork.
fast. It was too fast. So that, like you said, there was 4 of us, and basically how it works is you've got a control panel in front of you with some buttons, and they're like randomly assigned. And if you look up at your screen, there'll be an instruction that someone needs to do, and it's kind of counting down how long you've got to do it. Someone else on one of the other panels is going to have to do that instruction. But the thing is,
Or
everyone
you have to do it.
or potentially you,
Yeah,
but
that's
usually
right.
it's someone else. But everyone's seeing that same screen, or seeing a screen above them with an instruction for someone else, most likely, and you've all got the same countdown at exactly the same time. So we're all just going, turn off the defibrillator, press this button now, do this. None of us can hear each other. Even when we could get the chat to work and we could actually hear each other's voices, we're all just shouting noise over each other, unintelligible noise. So we're all just sitting there going, what are we supposed to do? And then again, like you said, we went, right, let's try and take turns. There's no time for that. God knows how
No.
much time there would be when there's 6 people in there.
You
'cause it
need
supports
to-
6.
yeah, I mean, I imagine in a room, it's good. I actually think if you had 4 people, 6 people in a room talking to each other, it's good. Currently, the way the mics and the audio is working, it can't work. in my mind. I think 2 people.
They
like,
do have that option
Two
as
people
well.
work.
Yeah, I
in
saw
the,
that.
in
Yeah,
the game.
yeah. So Sal, you said you got to level 10. I think you, me, and Jim have managed to get to level 6 or 7, wasn't it? One stage.
One stage, I think we managed to probably 5.
Was it 5?
6, yeah.
It was tough. The other thing is, another thing, I actually found what I was doing not that interesting. Does that sound bad? Like, do you know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean.
No,
Like-
because it's like,
Push
okay,
lever, press
what
button.
control am I? What am I doing? I mean, and a lot of times it was call out the really random word, though you didn't see some of the really harder
That's
stuff
good
where
though,
you've
isn't
got
it?
like a
That-
big headboard of stuff.
That's supposed
like,
to make it funny, isn't it? That's supposed to make it funny.
It is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but when it's that fast and that furious, it was like, what?
And this was on easy as well. We went on to medium.
Oh, yeah, this was easy.
posted.
Maybe
We went on
we're
to
shit.
easy, and we got. Well,
we
the thing
tried
is,
normal.
if you had a set time for the round, say like a minute, and then you had to get for a certain amount, that would work so much better if there was just one instruction. Like you go, oh, I got this one right. Someone, who is it? And then everyone looks down. They have to do their thing. Then it's the next
Yeah.
one, and you've got to try and get through, say, 10 in a minute or
This-
something like
this
that.
is
That would work
Jim-
so much better.
Jim's made a thing here. Jim has wanted a funny Galaxy Quest vibe.
He
And,
did.
yeah.
Bless him.
Could
Yeah.
get that. So could
He's only
get
little.
Galaxy Quest.
He's only little, Jimmy. Yeah, he's lovely.
It was quite.
He's
Funny.
lovely. And when
The
he was in
avatar.
there, he
Yeah,
was-
well, it's because it does our heights. It
Yeah.
evaluates height quite well. Even
Yeah.
if I was blue with antennae.
and female.
His preference.
Oh, no, I didn't have time when I first went in. I did change that to
Whatever.
male on the second.
Nice.
thing,
Nice, yeah. Oh, shit. Gotta run, guys. Take care of yourself, Nat. I will miss you, man. Let's get some cheering up.
so-
Come on.
Goal!
Thank you ever so much for that donation, and Salsa for that mid-stroke video. I love it. It brings so much joy to everyone far and wide. So, what we got next? Oh, Desolatium, I think.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's
Pop
like a horror game. It's coming Kickstarter soon. It's a point-and-click style graphic adventure with optional VR support. Spanish developer Superlumen describes it as a distressing psychological thriller where players are set out to investigate a recent number of murders in a remote village. You'll hunt environments for clues that will I need a drink. That will gradually lead you to a terrifying cult. Check it out, as you will see. Desolatium uses real-world environments paired with interactive elements. The game has all the classic hallmarks of a point-and-click genre, such as multiple endings. They said it was inspired by the myths of Lovecraft. I've no idea what that is. And the game won Best Innovative Game of the Year at the PlayStation Talent Show. So what I've done, I'll put their website in this video description because the Kickstarter isn't there yet. They're saying they're hoping it gets released on PSVR and PCVR May of next year and should cost around $25. So let's quickly take a look, if I've got this right, at this trailer. Because to be fair, I love horror games in
Yeah,
general.
man. They're my
so
favourite for VR.
I haven't actually watched this yet, so let's go. So some of the guys are still watching the trailer because, as I said, there is a delay when we live stream and watch trailers. I think it looks good. I'm keeping my expectations low because, you know, these things can sometimes look pretty cool in the trailer, but not necessarily get that kind of blood pumping excitement when you're in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw the crazy lady in the corner. I thought that could be pretty cool. I'm hoping she stands up and runs at you and stuff like that. Because there was some, when I used to do Google Cardboard VR, there was some great horror experiences in there. Really quite scary. So, yeah, I think it could be good. What do you guys think?
Yeah, man, I like the look of it. When I first heard like point and click, I was like, oh, what? But I'm just trying to think of it as a like, it's just teleportation in a game. Think of it that way.
Yeah.
And it does look really good. But did you say it's flat with VR support? That makes sense.
Yes. It's got optional VR support, yeah.
Yeah. So my only concern would be about the graphics for it when it comes to the VR side of things. Because I remember a few different games.
Do you mean like the resolution sort of thing, if it gets too...
Yeah, and how well it comes across. Because one thing, and even textures, because I think Rise of Insanity was something that was built as a flat game, and they put VR on top of it on PSVR. And it looks awful in PSVR. In the headset, it looked really, really bad, like pop-in textures, resolution. You didn't play it. I remember you came onto my stream and you was like, nah.
Oh.
Yeah. But on the flat version, because I tried it out afterwards, it looked really good. It looked really nice. Crisp and clear, loads of textures and detail. But in the VR version, all those textures and detail was all gone. It was literally, you'd go past like a wall and it would be literally a clear sheet of grey, if that makes sense. Nothing on it. Really bad. Yeah. So that would be my concern about this, and that's my concern with any game when they say we're building it flat and we're going to put a VR on top of it, effectively VR supported. That's usually that does take a hit in the graphics because they need to make it look good for flat, and it doesn't translate as well for VR. They don't optimize it as well, or they can't. So that'd be my only
points of interest also change. That's something that Alex has made clear to people that Valve spent a lot of time looking at how people travel through a flat game versus how people travel through the world of a VR game, and they are totally different things.
Absolutely. Yeah. The mundane is interesting when you're in VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And the creepy is hopefully just plain out creepy, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? I guess it can amplify situations, but it can also make them stand, if they're bad or not done well, it can also make them stand out even more as not doing very well. But either way, the link to that, if you want to get a newsletter, sign up for a newsletter so you can stay up to date with it, is in the description. The link's in there to their website. Next up, the latest Oculus PC software beta update allows Oculus Link to work with many USB 2 cables, including the 3-meter one out of the box. Did anyone get to try this you guys?
I haven't tried it. I do use link cables. My preferred method of using the Quest over the PC is by a hard link, just because of, I know I'm going to get told on this one, if Midlife's still around. You know, I don't like using the wireless because I don't have the network to support it.
When you
but
say
if you can do that,
your home network is only 2.4 gigahertz, isn't it?
Exactly. It's a good 2.4 gigahertz, so I can kind of get away with it.
All right.
It's the best 2.4 gigahertz you'll ever see.
In the cell. Yeah, I know. Sorry.
But you know, it's
so now you're talking about virtual desktop. I can quickly touch on that as well. There's been a mobile update. 1.1316 is live. It removes the internet requirement when connected to a local computer. The connection is still secure with end-to-end encryption, so it's perfectly safe in a large local network. That's cool. Like, the fact that your internet has got nothing to do with that now is superb. It's just all virtual desktop via your network. And if you've got what you want to do is go into your modem settings, basically, and you want to turn off 2.4 gigahertz around the house, and that will assure that your Quest will be on the 5 gigahertz only network. So yeah, that's cool. Salsa, that might actually be worth checking out again, if that's the case now.
Well, it's different for me because my modem doesn't have 5G.
Why not?
It doesn't have 5 gigahertz in the modem,
Why not?
so you can't do that. But
Why not?
it's not really that needed. I think it's that's not too much of an issue around it. But what they're doing with this side on the USB cable is literally that you don't have to have a USB 3 ports. You don't have to have USB 3 or 3.1 cables. You can use the cable that it was given in the box. How they're getting away with it is, I don't know if they've just streamlined a few things to make it run in the lower amount of bandwidth that's available in the cable, or what, because you have a lower amount of bandwidth available. If they're looking at optimizations like that, that's a different thing. Then they're also looking at using different protocols in the future to improve what could be done on future versions of the cable link
So
or USB 3. So they're still working on developing. So you could end up with the worst case scenario is you use the cable that it comes with in the box. So we've provided you with a solution, but that's not the best quality solution.
So there was a tweet from Evan Olsen to John Carmack. He put, "Can we expect the image quality of the Oculus Link to get better? It's amazing now, by the way," he says, "when using the official Oculus Link cable later this year, or is it a Quest only capable, or is the Quest only capable of maxing out certain USB speeds such as 150 megabyte?" So yeah, apparently the Quest only needs something like 150 megabytes or something for what it does.
Yeah.
So they're basically saying a USB 2, I think a high-speed USB 2 cable can do 480 megabits. There is a way of testing what USB 2 you've got as well, either a normal one or a high speed or something. But I don't know. But either way, that sort of sounds like the USB 2 is enough for current. But as F Reality said the other day, if he's looking into... John Comment said, "I'm hoping to add a new mode that takes full advantage of USB 3.1 bandwidth. But that would be months out before it could hit users." So at the end of the day, like I said in a tweet, like rip all the people who put the money down for the Link in the first place. To pay £70, £80 to then be told older than the one you had in the box is good enough.
And it's the thing like Milky here has said, Mike Kelly.
Just call it Mike
has
Kelly.
said, Mike Kelly has said in there with Virtual Desktop that the image quality, the still image quality of Virtual Desktop looks better than with Link,
right?
Which I can agree that its image quality, it looks less compressed, but you have other trade-offs there depending on, in my case, network. And this can be the same case with how the cable works. We all know as well that you can set up via the toolbox that you can increase the resolution that's outputted via the Link cable.
Yeah, I've done it. It makes a big difference
in the headset, and it makes a drastic distance.
It does make a
difference.
Yeah. So,
and that's what he's talking about, those differences that can be made.
I tested it. I plugged in the cable out of the box directly into my GPU, so USB-C, USB-C. It worked completely fine. It was exactly the same. I heard someone reported that this is the thing I didn't get, intense frame games. Now, bear in mind, all virtual reality games have to run at like 80 hertz or something, or 60 hertz divided to make 120 on PSVR and stuff. And you got, I think, what's the Quest? 70? No, is the Quest 70 or 80 hertz?
Quest is 72.
72. Rift S is 80. So all the games pretty much have to be smooth or for virtuality to be believable and work well. I played Pavlov online. Nothing. There was maybe a little bit. There was maybe some artifacts, whatever you want to call them. Tiny bit of distortion once, but otherwise from that it worked completely fine. So yeah, someone reported the other day that they thought it was worth keeping hold of the better cable because the USB 2 cable didn't do a good job. I found it exactly the same, so I'm not sure how
Well,
everyone else found
the
it.
effect of the types of games as well has that type of effect on it. So if it's you have to remember about, though we're talking about like encoding video. So when you stream a game, if you've got a game that's got a great amount of forward motion, then the bit rate gets taken up so much, and you get artifacts and all the smaller details disappear. And that's what can happen with if you've got less bandwidth available to you. So it's about how they've encoded stuff and things like that. So whether you get the best possible picture for the types of motion that's going on, if you've got a lot of motion coming towards you, or if you've just got reasonable speed going sideways, scrolling, FPS style motion, things like that all change the image quality that you're going to get out of this. That's where the impact's going to come, and that's where he's saying about we've got a future version which would look better, which would give you the same as using.
It's still in beta, isn't it?
proper video.
The tech is still in beta.
It's still beta, yeah.
So-
It's all still beta, so that's a big thing with that.
Artful's
That's
just
why.
pointed out something that I might actually go and do if it's in virtuality. If it's the virtuality version, Artful. He's put, how many of you grabbed Hellblade Senua Sacrifice? It's on sale for £8.50. So that's something I'd love to check out. To be-
Fantastic game.
I think that'd be
Absolutely
amazing.
fantastic in VR.
Boy Brown says, wow, that is a real kick in the wallet for the consumers, the official cables. The thing is, once they've now introduced this support, they can't take it away.
Yep.
You can't.
Yeah, and
they might
plus-
improve
I
the
don't get why
quality.
they've done it. I
If-
honestly
if-
don't understand why they've done it.
If they get that additional support of along the way of what I would hope they get from the cable that they have built, which is not being so limited to the video in this sort of way, this encoding video, decoding video at this or the other, and they find a different way to make it so that you don't get the artifacting when you're playing faster games, or you can see the blacks be a lot nicer and different things like that, then I get it. That's where I think the gains would come, and why it would still be worth it.
Yeah, to be honest, like if John Carmack comes true and he says he takes full advantage of a 3.1 bandwidth cable, I'd buy it just to test it, and it might be really good. Same as buying the PlayStation Pro and stuff. If it makes it look better, I tend to try and chase it. Because at the moment, I still think that using the Link cable gives you more of an Oculus Rift experience. Even though I know the Quest
Exactly.
is sharper and better, and as Salsa mentioned, you can increase the resolution. That base resolution of Link is not great. It can be better
No,
by messing
it
around.
can.
But
And it could be even better because the difference between using a USB cable for encoded video versus using a direct cable, video cable, is a different thing.
Paradise Jum's just come in with the elbow cough. How you doing, man? Nice, guys. So, on to the very last thing of the show, which is where it will end as well. It will go up as a separate video tomorrow for those who haven't seen it. We have got an interview with Carbon Studios, the Wizards Dark Time guys. I did piece this together today. The audio is okay. It's not too bad. Jacob basically was like using a mobile phone. I think it's okay. If you're interested in the Dark Times, I know these guys are going to check it out soon. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was really good, as you're going to hear in a minute. So, what do you want to do, guys? Do you want to say our goodbyes now and then roll out the show? Or
I think
Let's
we
do it,
have to, because you've got work to get to as well.
I have got work tonight. So,
And
yeah.
but obviously, take it away.
Yeah, so thank you ever so much for South from South. Thank you to Salsa from South Ketchup VR.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you to Dane from Get to the Chopper VR.
Thank you, everyone. Pleasure as always.
And thank you to Nat, hopefully not for the last time, from 7 Degrees
Hopefully
Gaming.
not. Thank you
won't
very
be.
much, guys. And don't forget, we got a new date for Iron Man VR, July 3rd. So,
Oh, have we?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Minor news. Minor news.
Yeah,
Minor
you didn't know
news.
that one.
It's
Oh.
huge news. Huge
Yeah,
bloody news.
July
We
3rd
didn't
is
mention
coming
that
now.
in the briefing because we thought you already knew and everybody knew.
Leave off. I tell you guys everything what I'm going to say. What happened?
It got announced about 4 or 5 days ago that
Yeah.
Iron Man VR is coming on July 3rd.
Damn, I'll tell you what, that is a game that I'm so excited for that. I really am. I think Iron Man's going to be fantastic. What a sudden change for PSVR, guys. Like,
See, and now we've come to the end that was the end and saying, therefore, well,
we still
to
going.
an extended amount because Iron Man VR is, of course, big news.
It is big news. So, guys, oh no, yeah, he's right. God damn it. No, we can't move on till I do the VR news intro. I can't believe I missed that. I can't believe I missed that.
So
Boy
this
Brown,
is a
Boy
VR,
Brown.
this is an actual reaction from GT, who somehow managed to miss that Iron Man VR has a release date.
I thought I got to be honest, I didn't read the script, so I assumed it was on there.
Do you know what?
It's
Yeah, no.
It's not even that crazy a news in my mind.
We thought it'd been old news by now.
Well, it got announced as it was coming out in the summer, then it got told it was getting delayed, and now it's coming back again in the summer.
But it's still the summer.
Yeah, so
Well, no,
That's-
because
that's why I'm like
there's
screaming
an
from the
exact date.
rooftops.
There's an exact date, isn't there?
Yeah, but-
So
Yeah, there is an exact date. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you all enjoy the interview. Thank you for being here again, as always. Really appreciate all your likes, all your comments. And as I said earlier, there's loads of social links. Check them out. Join the Discord. Be part of the community. Thank you. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Enjoy the
Guys,
interview. Enjoy the
Gonna
interview.
miss you guys. Take care.
Yeah. No, we're not. We haven't gone anywhere. Do you know
doing my
why?
chopper hands.
We have now. Oh, shit. Before we go, I do forget. We've got 15 copies of the Wizards to give away on Steam. So if you're a PCVR user, for doing this interview as well, say thank you to us for doing it. They gave us 15 keys to give away. I will sort that out afterwards. Thank you. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the VR Link interview. Today we have Carbon Studios' Jacob Panda and Peter. Thank you for joining us, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, glad to hear you again.
Nice, man. Yeah, it's good to see you again as well. Salsa, thanks for being here, man. We are obviously here to talk about the Wizards Dark Times, the sequel to the Wizards game. Last time we spoke was at Gamescom, which seems an absolute lifetime away now. I can't believe we was all standing so close to each other talking. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Able to shake hands and all of that business.
So
Yeah.
we are now getting closer to the release of the Dark Times. What can you tell us information-wise about this game? Because it was the best-looking demo at Gamescom that I played.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Like, Dark Times are really the refined version of the Wizards, but since the really good feedback from Gamescom, we decided to extend the scope of the project so that it's similar in length to the Wizards, but we're dropping in a whole lot of fun features, VR exclusive features such as climbing and other fun mechanics.
Right, okay. Yeah, because, I mean, all your weapons as well, in particular, you've definitely done more of a focus on, I'd say, action and environment. The environments, for sure, it was like they were alive. That's one of the things that stood out to me the most when I was playing it. The world seemed alive.
The main complaint with the base Wizards was that the game was really arcade-like and slowing you down and locking you down in arenas. So we really were hoping to move away from that design in Dark Times. So as you said, the world is not divided by any magical barriers. You are just walking through and enjoying a grand adventure from the beginning to an end.
Yeah, and the thing that I think stands out the most in Dark Times compared to the previous installments are the spells. We got some feedback from players that in the first game the spells were just means to deal damage. So now we went further and added all those elements into the spells. So as you saw on the Gamescom footage, you can freeze enemies with the ice ball finally. You can electrocute them with lightning. We've added more spells from these elements, so there is much more going on this level, and each spell plays differently. So players can find their favorite spell again, but this time it will have more depth to it and more.
And this is one of the big things, of course, from the first game and continuing on, is that unlike most other games out there where it's push a button or go through a menu to get to something, how you activate a spell in here is you would actually like go with your hands and boom.
Yeah, that's what made the game stand out, wasn't it? That you actually do cast the spells like a wizard. You have to make the movements.
Yeah, the longer you play, the better you get, really. So
yeah, so if anyone liked the gestures from first game, they'll be even better in Dark Times, and there will be more of those gestures also.
What is the time frame in the universe of this game?
Yeah, it's a sequel. It happens after the events of the first game.
Right.
It's a whole new, a brand new adventure, really, with a whole new plot, new characters, new enemies, and new regions.
Yeah, so kind of
there
like
are some similarities. For example, the narrator, Aurelius, stays with us. Some spells are almost the same as in the first game. For example, the gestures for Fireball and the Crossbow are the same, but their mechanics are expanded.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a full-grown sequel. So even if you didn't play the first game, you'll still enjoy this. But right now, it's still on the sale, the first Wizards.
Right.
So it's the perfect time to grab it and play it before Dark Times comes out.
Yeah, and the original Wizards is on pretty much every single headset now.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. And obviously it comes to the Quest as well, most recently.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. What platforms are we expecting the Dark Times on? I mean, at launch and then through its life cycle?
Yeah, so it's definitely launching on June 4th on PC VR, so Steam, Oculus Rift, Viveport, but also there's an Oculus Quest version coming later this year. Still, the date is still to be determined. However, PSVR is still a future possibility. It's not set in stone. Yeah.
Right. Okay. What's the reason for that? Is there any particular reason for the PSVR being one of the last ones, a possibility?
The main reason is really time, because we are launching Dark Times very soon, but this is not the end for Carbon Studio, and a lot of exciting stuff is coming in 2020 from us.
On the Oculus, and you've obviously mentioned Quest on the way, will that be a cross-buy or not, or is it straight up?
Yeah, we are fighting to make cross-buy happen, because we think it's good for the players, and it's just as a player myself, I appreciate cross-buy existing. So
yeah, and we've seen a lot of people being thankful for the cross-buy for the base Wizards.
So the Dark Times, I mean, does it seem like a version 2 of the first game? It looks.
Yeah, well, when we started, we wanted it to make like the Wizards 1.5, but for the development, we wanted to add and change so many things that it's definitely like the proper the Wizards 2.0.
Nice.
Right now.
The artwork in this game, you've really put a lot of attention into that. You know, lots of detail going on. So did you, when you was making the game, did you suddenly just like think, right, we need to double down our efforts because people were so pleased, like you were saying, with the demo, that you thought, right, we've obviously got something very good here. We need to make this very special.
Yeah, this, and also we wanted to improve on the base game. We will always compare Dark Times to the original Wizards, which was like the first project we tried, and that was developed for a longer time. So we wanted to improve on that. And then when we heard all this feedback about the demo, that it's looking very good, it's very detailed, and people enjoyed it. So we really wanted to push that even further. So the game will look great on the release. And I'm already astounded what our graphics are doing, and they're very passionate about it, and they want to make it as pretty as possible. Experience it with some spells, and right now we we've settled on that the swords will break on one hit, but they freeze the enemy instantly. So that's very, very powerful.
Yeah.
Because combine that with some other spells and environmental hazards, it's pretty much instant kill for most enemies. So we didn't want to make it weaker so that you can use it a couple of times. But right now it's single hit, but it freezes the enemy and he cannot do anything, so he's hopeless.
So what elemental spells have we got in this one?
So you got the fireball, so that's like the basic spell for every wizard. You've got the frostbow, which is ice element, lightning, which was also in the base game, arcane, which is like the magical element, and we got one final that was also shown in the trailer, so I maybe can say that this is a radiant element, so opposing to the shadows and the dark elements of the game.
Oh right, okay. So you basically it's light versus dark. That's what.
Yeah.
Because you were saying about dark and light, and I was sort of like, does that mean I can play the bad guy?
Well, one of the aspects of the game that we really enjoyed while watching Let's Plays and stuff, that people really get into role playing, and their gestures and mimics, let's say, VR mimics, were very on point. So I guess you can be the evil guy who destroys everything, kills every enemy, and just...
I don't get to do like the big evil laugh and go, I'm going to destroy the world type of thing.
No one is preventing you from doing that. It's just that, you can do that. Absolutely. You can become the emperor. You can, cast lightning on everybody. You can do that. The game's plot actually wants you to save the realm again, but you are free to put any narrative you want.
Are we expecting any boss battles?
Yes, there will be. People enjoyed those from the original Dark Times, and we want to bring those also in Dark Times. So yeah, there will be something to look out for. Some other additional stuff that will come out later after the release.
Right. Okay. So June the 4th.
Yeah.
June
4th for PC VR. Yeah.
Which is almost a year after your first reveal trailers of this.
Yeah, it just so happens.
How many people work at Carbon Studios?
It's around 25 people now.
Right.
Yeah, about that, maybe more. And we're expanding the team for the next project. So.
Yes, the next project.
So, yeah.
I'm glad you guys are still in VR. I take it Carbon Studios is going to remain a virtuality development studio.
We are a VR exclusive studio and will remain one for the foreseeable future.
So what can you tell us about the story of the game?
Yeah, as you saw in the trailers and mostly in the trailers, we are sent on an adventure again with our buddy Aurelius, who will be telling us what to do again. So you're on the quest to save the realm from an evil witch, Abigail. She is like the embodiment of darkness in this realm, and we have to stop her to bring.
Yeah, she's a fallen elven priestess who created the dark plague that is troubling Meliora,
consuming the land.
So, what sort of options and play length are we looking at in this game? Is it different chapters, part of the story? Is there any DLC planned? I mean.
Right now, we have two main regions divided into several levels. So the structure is similar to the first Wizards, but it's more linear. You don't need to go back to your hub, to the castle after every mission. It's more streamlined, more an adventure.
Yeah, there's a post-launch content update timeline because there are some features that we can't quite deliver for launch, but these are features that were highly requested by the Wizards community, so we really wanted to incorporate those features.
We want to support the game after launch, so people get involved into it and come back to it every once in a while. So we've got some goodies in the bag. for those
Nice.
people.
Is there varying levels of difficulty on this game?
Yeah, there are. We want to compel all the players that are just for the adventure. They want to have fun. They like the story or the jokes. So they can do that. And we also want to add a step higher for difficulty for those who really want to get into the mechanics, into the spell casting, and just be perfect at it. So yeah, we want to everyone to have as much fun as they want.
The people that go, I want to be challenged by this game and know that I'm fighting to get over a challenge, and then those who want to be dragged by the story and be pulled into the narrative side, essentially.
Yeah, since we got some people like this in the studio, some are more focused on the mechanics, some are more they are not so proficient with their spells. So we want to all of them to have fun. So we have to be ready for that.
You saying that, man? Do you ever think about doing a multiplayer? Because obviously it sounds like some people are better at being a wizard than others. Like, do you know what I mean? Some people are naturally better at casting spells, considering none of us have got magic. Yeah. Have you ever thought about a multiplayer side of the game?
We're thinking about multiplayer all the time. People are asking about us about multiplayer all the time.
Yeah.
So
should we put it as co-op rather than multiplayer? Because obviously that's a different aspect. Is fighting against each other or fighting as one?
Well, both. Yeah. Both would be great.
Yeah, there's a lot of technical things that goes into that in this game or any other. And since Dark Times were designed as a single-player adventure, this is what we focus on. But we're getting more and more questions about multiplayer. So we are looking into this topic. We've never done it, so we are taking cautious steps in this direction. But yeah, we're thinking about it.
Okay, sorry, Pete, you was going to say something, I think, or was it?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that the game has natural progression, so you will be unlocking spells along the way, and well, you will be really looking for sources of power to unlock the next spells in your arsenal.
That's interesting.
So as you travel through the world, you will discover more and more advanced, more spells and more advanced forms of these spells. So you'll be able to face different challenges later on.
Has a retail price been announced, or are you still thinking about that, or do you know what it is?
Dark Times will be available for $24.99.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that'll be about in the UK around the £20 mark as well.
Yes, but I also have some great news for fans of the Wizards and owners of the Wizards on Steam, because we are also preparing a launch discount for Dark Times and a bundle with the base Wizards. So if you own the base Wizards, you will be able to get a hefty discount on launch day.
Is there anything that's happened in the year that's actually reshaped how you are working on the development of this overall, like in terms of graphics, optimization, and technology that's available to you?
Well, that's a great question. And actually, it touches a lot of aspects of game development, since the engine that we're working on, Unreal, has plenty of updates going on constantly. So there are things that allow us to get even more fidelity out of the graphics and optimization. We got some spells that we thought in the beginning that would work well. And after playtesting, we found out that it didn't quite struck the chord, so we've reworked one of the spells, I guess, 3 or 4 times, and right now for the final push, the outbreak of the coronavirus started, so we are all working remotely, so that's a big challenge for us. We've never done that before, so we're working hard as we can with what we've got.
The good thing is, though, you guys never actually announced a release date anyway. So
yeah, it was that came in handy, but it still affected us nonetheless.
Oh yeah, I imagine it made it very difficult, because obviously a lot of this development's going to be based on communication.
Yeah, and since our team is over 20 people, it's crucial to stay in contact and to communicate.
Do you have regular meetings in the mornings and stuff? Like all get together?
Yeah, we've got our leads of every department. We meet In the morning, we plan what would we do for the week with everyone from the team, and then like a global meeting twice a week with everyone. So we keep in touch and updates. The meetings are the easy part because we can just talk like through the phone, but we don't see the people eye to eye. We don't see what they're doing exactly. So while some things works better like this remotely, some things are not. So it's good in some ways and bad in some ways. So yeah.
Like we're handling it really well, I'd say, but we are missing the ability to just walk up to someone and pat them on the back and say, "Hey, I need help with this" or something.
Yeah.
You know, we have to
staying home for this.
We stay in contact all the time, but it's difficult. You know, something.
When you come to the Quest build, have you considered hand tracking as a pretty cool feature for making spells?
Of course. Like ever since it appeared in the news, we were like, "Whoa, we have to have this in the Wizards." Like, there's our game was made for this. But you know, with the technical limitations so far, it's just not as consistent as we would like for spellcasting.
Yeah.
So not at this point, but this is definitely something we're interested in and researching.
We are supporting all the major platforms and different headsets with different controllers. We had to come up with a system that works for all the controllers. We get a lot of questions about index finger tracking, and that would be exclusive for index. So this is on our list where we have got a lot of questions about that, but it's not the priority that will benefit for all the players.
Yeah. How did you find the reception on the Quest to your game? Was it good? The Wizards?
Oh, it was excellent. Like, we love Quest and we love the Quest community. That's all there is to say, really.
Yeah, fantastic.
We're really happy with the Quest.
I'm glad it done well on there, and it was a great port as well. Thanks to the Carbon Studios guys, Jacob Panda and Peter for Carbon Studios. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
I can't wait for the full release on June the 4th. Thank you to Salsa for joining me today from the VR Link.
Yeah, we'll be in touch.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
Have a nice evening.
Thank you.